Hey, West Village family. Chris here, bringing you the weekly update for our church family. So it's been 7 weeks since the COVID pandemic has really hit us. I know it's hard to believe, and I don't know how you've been feeling, but COVID time for me has been strange. At first, it was like one day of COVID time felt like a week. Time seemed to move so slow. Everything was so intense. But in the last week, it feels like all of a sudden things have shifted. I look back and realize it's been 7 weeks. Where did all the time go? And I know for everyone, the experience has been different. For some, this has been extremely hard. For others, not so much. But one thing I think we can all identify with is a feeling that there is a sense of loss, a feeling that things are just different. And they are. There's no doubt about it. Thankfully, for all of us, there's one thing that has not changed. It's always the answer around here, isn't it, West Village? Jesus. He isn't any different. He's still ruling and reigning. As we heard this past Sunday in our first week of our Esther series, he's still seated on the throne, and we can trust him and put our hope in him. I have two encouragements for us today. The first one is this. I've already alluded to this, but man, we just need to keep looking to Jesus. We need to look at him. Are things hard? Absolutely. But we know that he wants to use this moment in our lives, in the life of our church, in our city, really in our world, to do something unprecedented. So I want to encourage you just to look for where God is working. Look for where the Spirit is moving. And I want to encourage you to let him use you. Right now, we've been seeing a real openness in people to hear the gospel, to receive the gospel. We've seen lots of people who are tracking with us online through the content that we've been putting out, many who are spiritually seeking and open to hearing the gospel. In fact, just this week, I was talking to 3 different people, all completely unchurched, who have been tracking with us and said that since they have been hearing about Jesus through our online services, through our online platforms, that it's been bringing them peace. I'm not sure what that means, but I know this, that the Spirit of God is moving, that he's working in and he's working through our church. And I know that this is an unprecedented time in the history of the world, and the Spirit of God wants to use it in unprecedented ways. So that's the first encouragement. Look to Jesus. Look to where he's at work. And then the second encouragement is this, and I think this is really, really important for all of us. We really want you to stay engaged. I know in a season like this, it can be tempting to just shut it down. We're socially isolating, and so we start to isolate ourselves from really everything, including our church family. Can I encourage us to just resist that temptation? I know it can be hard, it can feel clunky and unnatural to connect over Zoom or through the internet, but it's worth it. It's so important for us to stay engaged with our church family. We actually need it. I think we're fooling ourselves if we think we can just shut it down for a few months and then flick a switch when this all ends. It just won't happen. So the word that our elders and our staff have been using around here to define this moment we're in is stay engaged. And we're going to be creating opportunities over the coming weeks for everyone to engage in all kinds of different ways. Obviously, we're going to have community groups. We have DNA groups. We have all that. All that stuff's going to continue. But beyond that, we want to create other opportunities for you and for others to engage in the life of our church. So the most recent opportunity that we have coming up is a masterclass. We're going to be offering a masterclass. And the title is How to Read the Bible for All It's Worth. This is open to anybody. It doesn't matter where you're at in your spiritual journey. It doesn't matter where you live or how far along you are in following Jesus. We want to encourage you to participate in this. And you can do it in a couple of ways. You can sign up in a couple of ways. The first is by sending an email to andrew@westvillagechurch.com, or you can download the Church Center app. You can search up West Village and you can register on there. And I want you to pay attention for more opportunities that will be coming our way. And then lastly, we're going to be sending out a survey to our church family, to everybody. This is a survey that is designed to help us make sure we know how everyone is doing and to help us know how to best serve you. So keep your eye open for that. It'll be coming out in the next couple of days, and just take a couple of minutes to fill it out. As always, I just want to make sure you realize that we love you, church. We're praying for you, church, and we're trusting that Jesus will continue to provide and continue to lead us. Blessings.